Thank you very much, everybody.
You getting a podcast?
This is a witch hunt. It's a hoax. Thank you.
So it was short, it was sweet, it was 2 sentences long. President Trump now before the judge as Alvin Bragg brings that Stormy Daniels hush money case to court 8 years after it happened. And you also, on the same day, have a payment due for nearly $500 million in bond money. What happens to that, we do not know. Kayleigh McEnany is here to join us now. And Kayleigh, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Eric Trump with Maria B. on Sunday Morning Future said this about the people who he believes will be hurt through this. Watch.
This is a crooked system with a crooked attorney general in a crooked court that literally wants to put my father out of business. And you know who they're actually going to hurt? They're going to hurt the thousands and thousands of employees that we have in New York State. These are janitors, these are doormen, these are, people that work in commercial buildings. They're going to hurt those individuals, not the executive.
So we said about half an hour ago, Letitia James, the AG, it's her move right now, right? I mean, she has the power to make the next move in this.
Yeah, and she filed a judgment in that Westchester County court. It's an arduous legal process. The appellate court usually puts out decisions Tuesdays, Thursdays, so we'll see what happens there if they're able to reduce the bond. But I think the bottom line, when you look at all of these cases, just look, is there any precedent for this? And the AP analysis said, no, there's no precedent for a victimless crime and a judgment of this nature. They analyzed, I think it was 70 cases. New York Times move over to the hush money case. Never before. They analyze legal precedent. Never before has this been brought for a federal election in the state of New York. So when voters look at this and say, there's no precedent for this, it just kind of plays into Trump's arguments about the system being stacked against him.
So what do you expect from the appeals court? Because Jonathan Turley said they do have the opportunity today to reset the balance.
Yes, and I think they will. I do. I mean, I think a rational observer, assuming you have neutral judges on that court, will look at this and say, this is just too much. Where is the precedent? Certainly what I would do, you have prosecutorial discretion in what you're supposed to do as a prosecutor. When has this been brought against similarly situated victims? And the answer is never.
Never. Right.
So there was a matter on NBC over the weekend.
You could say that.
Yeah, right. Ronna McDaniel, former head of the RNC, apparently was hired by NBC. I don't know if she's going to keep her job or not, but apparently their heads were blowing off yesterday. This is a little bit of what happened on, Meet the Press and then Morning Joe a bit earlier today.
I have no idea whether any answer she gave to you was because she didn't want to mess up her contract. She has credibility issues that she still has to deal with. Yeah. Is she speaking for herself, or is she speaking on behalf of who's paying her?
We weren't asked our opinion of the hiring, but if we were, we would have strongly objected to it for several reasons.
We hope NBC will reconsider its decision. It goes without saying that she will not be a guest on Morning Joe in her capacity as a paid contributor.
Turn this around. Like if somebody said this at Fox News,
yeah,
they'd be walked out the door.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. Look,
this is enormous insubordination.
Enormous. You would expect something like this from Joe Scarborough. He's a far-left opinion commentator. But I was really disappointed to hear Chuck Todd, someone who is a journalist, comment on this in that fashion. And here's what I would ask him as a journalist. Look, you're a journalist, Chuck Todd. Who at your network, at NBC or MSNBC, represents the 46.7% of the country that tells Real Clear Politics average, when you look at all the polls, we support Trump? I couldn't find, and I looked today, a single person on their roster that represents that really half of the country. Ronna McDaniel, I saw her hiring, and I was like, good for them. She does represent that wing of the party. But if you can't accept her, who would you accept? Who would you accept?
I was thinking the same thing, Bill. Like, if you have a problem with your employer, like, you do that publicly? I would never do that. Yeah. If you have a problem like that, but they are so willing to stick with their ideology and to be so rigid in it that they are willing to do that to their employer. Quite remarkable. There was,
in 2017, there were 7 House Democrats who objected to Trump's electoral win. There were 67 Democratic members who did not attend the inauguration. Their choice, no problem, free country. In 2019, Hillary Clinton suggested that the election was stolen. 2019 now, okay? She called him an illegitimate president, suggested that he knows that he stole the election in 2016. They were basically saying that Ronna McDaniel is lying to you, and you cannot trust what she says, and therefore she should not be employed. at NBC.
And the list goes on. Stacey Abrams has made several comments of that nature. Katie Porter, more recently, a Democrat as well. Look, I watched Ronna's interview yesterday. She spoke as someone who was giving her opinion, now as someone who's no longer the head of the party. And I thought it was a very candid interview. But apparently, if you are of a certain viewpoint, your viewpoint is just not welcome at NBC, a major news network on a major Sunday show.
Do they have, can you think, do they have a conservative voice on NBC today?
They have
off the top of your head.
Mark Short, who is former Vice President Pence chief of staff. He's a great voice, but he represents perhaps not the wing of the party Ronna McDaniel does. So why not bring on both voices and let viewers make their determination, and voters will have their say.
All right. Well, more to come. We'll see how that story develops.
Thanks, Kayleigh. See you in Outnumbered.
Thanks.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.